I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The mad scientist lab.
Clear your shit when I say 5, bitch.
Listen, I was just trying to prepare myself mentally, physically, and what is the word? Ooh,
Anyway,
metaphorically.
yeah, we're late, but fuck you if you. We
well-
were fucking having fun with our friend whose birthday was technically. Well, I don't know whenever.
I
her
actually
day.
don't know what day her birthday.
I thought
is.
it was the 16th, but
We're like a week and a half late. I mean,
I
but,
could be wrong. It could be like the 19th or whatever.
But there are people that say, "Hey, it's my birthday month," so they do the whole
Or week.
Yeah, and they go the whole spiel.
I've done that, but you know when I did that? I did that for my 40th. I was like, it's my birthday week. But that's for a black man in America. 40 is pretty much of a big
I'm
deal.
actually very proud of you making 42 when you say it like that. Like, yeah, that's my friend. He ain't been shot yet. He ain't sell no crack.
Then I'm not in jail. I'm not getting raped.
Oh, yeah. No, god damn. I wouldn't want any of that.
I got to
for you.
bleep that one out.
More than likely.
Central time again. Hey, man, look. We was out at a friend's birthday party, so, hey. Cheers cheers to Dina. She was on the show before, so cheers to her.
Happy birthday, Dean.
She'll never see this cheers because nobody watches this show besides Epic.
And before we go any further, I am supposed to, by nature, give
Hold on. Go ahead.
a very big shout out to the young lady wearing the Iowa jersey because that's the homie.
She don't watch this show either.
Well, she watches me, and that's a little different.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But
I thought that was a Lakers jersey when I first saw it.
You know what's funny is that some of these colors can be confused with college teams and professional teams because I think there's I can't think of it off the top of my head. There is a team that literally has the same colors as like.
Let me ask you this.
All right, hold on.
So, fuck all the whatever you were talking about.
Yeah, it's nothing really important.
I know it wasn't. Do you know where the Los Angeles Lakers originated from? And if you know in chat, you can say it because he won't ever see this. He can't read that far away.
I'm going to say off the top of my head, I do not. I
That's
feel like I
crazy.
know the answer, but I do not.
That's crazy.
Are you talking about like from Oakland or like are you talking about like a city or like
No,
the question is very
no, it's not a city.
So I honestly do not know. Like, and if I do know, I know it, but it's in the back of my mind, and I can't obviously articulate enough to.
And I knew who in chat would get it. I mean, he's the only person in chat that would get it. He's correct. It is Minnesota. Do you know why?
Well, I didn't know the answer, so you're going to have to elaborate.
So it was the Minnesota Lakers before they went to L.A. There's no lakes in L.A., by the way. I just want everybody to know that. There's no fucking lakes in L.A. So if you think, I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan, you ain't no fucking lakes. There's a river that's man-made, so fuck off. It's the Minnesota Lakers because they were up there where the fucking Great Lakes are.
The Minnesota Great Lakes, yeah.
Not Minnesota, just the Great Lakes.
Okay.
Because Wisconsin is up there. That's why he knew it.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Wee in the building.
What's up, Wee?
Oh, I didn't know you were here. You didn't say nothing.
Hey, man, we're always happy to be live here with you guys every Saturday night to bring you the 226th episode of the Mad Scientist Live podcast. As always, it is RJ the Pizza Guy.
Oh, now we're doing the introduction.
Yeah,
My
well,
bad.
I mean, hey,
no,
man,
keep going.
Yeah, along with Jared, the visual Mad Scientist, and you can see we're kind of looking a little appealing this evening because we had to go out in public for the first, or at least I did for the first time in a while. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I made it. Touchdown, but we're here. And like Jared said, happy birthday, Dina. Thank you for always taking very, very good care of us.
Even when you don't.
I mean that's life, dude.
I'm joking. Relax.
I know. I'm saying, but if you think about it, when you're a person that people depend on in some capacity, and you don't feel like doing it, who do you think it hurts more?
I don't think it really matters. It depends on if the person even cares.
Well, but think about it. So say you put a lot of weight on my shoulders.
Pull the mic up a little bit.
Say you put a lot of the weight on my shoulders. Is that better?
Just turn it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. So you put no, I can even hear that. Say you put a lot of the weight on my shoulders for anything, and then when you can't deliver that one day, do you get upset with yourself or do you get upset with that person?
I think it depends on what you mean. If I'm actually dependent, or that person's actually depending on me, yeah, I'll feel some type of way. Now, say today, if I just decided to say, you know what, I just can't do it, whether it's mentally, physically, or something else comes up, I may feel bad for a moment, but then at the same time, I have to tell myself I can't feel bad because I'm doing what was best for me at the time. Other people will be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense?
Yeah, no, that
Instead of putting all the onus on myself, I have to be like, look, I got to do what's best for me in this moment. Because if not, then now I'm just making it so it's going to be worse for me later on.
Yeah, no, and I 100% agree with that. But do you think that's something that comes kind of with age?
Oh,
and
Londa is here. What up, Londa?
Hey, Londa, what's up, bud? Do you think that's something that comes with age?
Yes.
Because,
I had to, it took me a long time. I used to feel guilty for, I can't do this or I can't do that. I used to feel guilty. And I still feel guilty for not being able to do certain things for certain people. But again, I have to deal with what's in my means.
Yeah.
And that means could be financially, that means could be mentally, that means could be physically.
Yeah.
I can't do everything or be everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's is
and it does say America, because hold on, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. It says America, and I have my America shit on kind of, but it says America because we went to a party. The theme was Nashville because the person couldn't go to Nashville, so they brought Nashville to where we are. So everybody it was kind of cool. To
honestly, man,
to
no, I was very. For various reasons, I was like, hey, we're going to go here. We're going to hang out. We're going to see our friends. But it was very well-mannered and tamed.
We've talked about this before because there's been times you haven't been around and we've done things. But I think we're at the point now where everybody that's invited, we know there won't be issues.
Yeah, you understand the assignment, I guess, is the...
No, it's just like nobody wants trouble. Everybody's just chill, and we just want to fucking hang out and have a good time. Like, nobody wants to fucking be beefing. Like, it's a waste of energy. We just want to have a good time and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's all that was invited.
Yeah, and just to your credit, beefing or having any negative energy towards anybody, the older you get, man... It's exhausting, dude. It's like, why do I want to waste my time being so mad about something that I have no control over?
Low frequency energies and vibes. Like, that's unpoint.
And I'm so glad that we got to see some of our good buddies that we don't really see.
I'm not naming some names.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. My boy Jay. Like, he was supposed to be sitting over there, piece of shit.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the
Actually, we could call him up. Oh, I can't because my fucking phone's over
there. Big shout out to the legend himself, Mr. J. Joseph, for just making an appearance in public because that guy's like a unicorn nowadays. So.
Yeah, because he lives out in Timbuktu.
Yeah,
and fucking
the sticks and stuff.
He has to fucking.
I cannot tell you how happy I was.
Trudge through fucking bears and fucking mountain lions to just get through the Appalachian Mountains to be able to get to lowly old Springfield and then show up looking like Martin Lawrence.
When you were saying that shit, dude.
With them sunglasses, he looked like he came out of Bad Boys 3.
With the fade and the cut, dude, I was just
Bad Boys 3.
Oh, my God, dude.
I wish I had taken a picture and then I would have put it up next to him.
Well, I do have we didn't do that, but I do have the one photo of us and
but not with the glasses on. He didn't put the glasses on.
But big shout out to him. Love you, brother. Always good to see you. And everybody else that came out. It was nice, dude. All
right, we could get to that. Let's get into this shit.
Let's get into the real
stuff.
Let's get into
the entertainment beaker.
Because it's a container of entertainment. That's right.
From a world that you've never seen before.
Exactly.
And only
Here on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast,
I like
we
how you did
present to you the
I like
we
how you did
present to you the Entertainment Beaker, because it's an entertainment of Beaker
Yeah.
Entertainment. I fucked that last
No,
one
it's
up.
okay, dude. Actually, dude, I
gonna
felt
start
like
doing
I was
that again.
calling a sex hotline right now when you said that. I was like, well, hey, dude, I'm alone. I'm like, hello, my name is Jared Leigh. And I'm like, all right, you know.
In a world where everybody knows the end of the world might come, we decide when the world may end.
That might be the greatest promo I think you've ever cut in your life, dude.
No,
So,
I'm gonna
hey,
start
man,
doing that. I've been fucking
No,
around.
dude,
I'm gonna do
you're-
some.
I don't care
I'm
what
gonna
you
I'm gonna do some fucking clips of like I'm gonna make some kind of weird ass movie, and I'm gonna make that sound. I'm gonna it's gonna be. I'm gonna clip some weird shit together, and then I'm gonna make it like look like a movie. And I might even pop in here and there and just. I'm about to do some crazy shit.
Yeah,
It's
man,
about to
it's
come out.
2024. The Mad Scientist Lab is always looking to progress forward with times and
But we're
whatever.
all right.
But no, dude, like the Entertainment Beaker. So there's a lot
Yeah, there's a
that
lot.
has happened.
That's why I wanted
in
to
the
start
last
now.
Yeah. Like when I say a lot, I mean like holy
Okay.
fuck, what is that?
Get to it.
So first and foremost, the first thing I want to touch on, and I'm sure Jared might go along with me on this, is so we have been very gracious enough to be blessed with a remake or a continuation of X-Men 97 on
Okay,
Disney Plus.
First of all, it's just a continuation of X-Men that ended in 96. That's why it's called X-Men 97. This is the next year.
No, it's fine. But dude, think about it. Like when it ended when we were kids, like you always want more, but as time goes by, you know that's not gonna happen.
Okay, but you also accept it. So what's your point?
My point is that so the first 2 episodes came out this past week, 2-season premiere, which is pretty common nowadays with most shows.
For Disney shows.
That's fine. Is that I didn't really know what to because I'm a fan, so especially of X-Men, the animated series, and I cannot tell you how awesome these 2 episodes were. At least to me, we got to see Cyclops kind of going through the motions of Professor X no longer being
You mean Scott Summers?
yes the Scott Summers. All right,
No, just Scott Summers. Fuck him. But anyway,
Yeah.
keep going.
and
You know why? I never liked Cyclops. I never liked Scott Summers. Although he has the best uniform out of everybody. Period. I never liked him. Only because I always liked Wolverine, and I thought Wolverine should have got the ass.
dude, and you know what's crazy is what makes this show so good is that they're still following that mentality.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
and you can see it, and I don't know if anybody's seen it out there, but yeah, fucking Wolverine's still in the background. They even, Morph even makes reference to it. He was like, "You're still on the sidelines." He's like, "Hey, I gotta look at this bitch fucking I gotta look
Yeah,
at this
when they're in
weak
the
ass
club-
motherfucker lead this team and fuck my girl." Like, that's fucking crazy to me. But you know what? I'm here because I want to fucking make a difference in the world. And I know I could kill this Bama anytime I want. He knows he can kill him. Bro,
Dude, Wolverine
fucking
is-
Wolverine would chop that dude's head off in a second. And it's no fucking, because he can't heal. Like, Cyclops
Yeah,
can't
he-
heal.
no, he
All you
doesn't
gotta do
have
is
the
chop his
adamantium,
fucking head
yeah.
off. But no. Adamantium don't have nothing to do with it.
Well, it's
Wolverine's
his
his
mutant
natural
property.
his
Yeah,
natural
natural-
ability is to re-heal. The adamantium came because when he went to that fucking Canadian shit or whatever, that's
That
where
camp.
Weapon X and all that shit came from. But yeah, he could kill him a long time ago. But he's got this some whatever moral compass in him. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay cool. I fucking hate your guts, dog, and you chose him over me. But whatever.
And I think that's why a lot of people can relate to Wolverine too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because Wolverine is in my top 3 favorite animated characters or superheroes of all time. Period. There is nobody like Logan, man. Period. There is not a character out there like him, and there will never be a
No,
character.
there's no.
There's no comparison to what Wolverine means to Marvel fans.
And I'll tell you another thing about that series is I miss that beast. the Beast from the animated series compared to, and yeah, Kelsey Grammer did a great job, but there's nothing like. I remember watching the cartoon back in the day, and Beast would come in upside down, examining some shit, and just fucking spill off some real scientific terms to your ass, and everybody's like, "Wait, hold up, what?"
Yeah,
you know,
and you're a kid, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and you're
but,
like,
but I mean, I still kind of understood what he was saying because I've always been into science. Like, there's no question about that.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there was some shit that he probably would say now that I could understand that I wouldn't understand back then. But yeah, he was real spill, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I missed. Another thing, I kind of forgot about kind of like the bisexuality of Gambit.
Yeah.
I don't, not that it matters to me, but it's just it kind of threw me off for a second. I was like, oh wait a minute. Why's he got a hot fucking crop top on? I was like, oh yeah, this is the character anyway. Cool. But then he came out in his actual uniform. He's still doing his crazy ass shit. All right, I can ride with that. Didn't really ride with Magneto with long hair and with a big ass M on his fucking chest.
So I'm glad you brought that up because for most people, when I think of Magneto in my mind, I think of the gigantic helmet. I think of the big red and purple cape.
And they brought that up. They brought the helmet up.
And I thought that if it does it any justice, I felt that was a good way of doing it. Even if I didn't like, well, so basically,
the reason for the helmet in the first place, right?
So Professor X isn't always in his head because
that's what supposedly that helmet kept anybody with mental telepathy powers out of his head. That was supposed to block that. That's why he wore it, and that's why Jean Grey couldn't get into his head when they were fighting, when he had that on, and that's why Professor X couldn't get into his head. That's why he wore the helmet.
And it's crazy because, this is I guess maybe spoiler alert, but, if you watch the cartoon, the original, and you see how it ends, Charles Xavier is Professor X. He's dead.
Yeah, but that's not a spoiler alert. If you watch the show,
he's dead. And his last,
but he's also dead in the movies.
Yeah, he's also his last will and
he died
testament
twice in the movies
is to his arch nemesis / best friend. And what I found more compelling in the second episode, as opposed to the first, was Magneto's willingness to say, "Hey, you know what? My friend has died, and I will lead you the way he wants me to lead you." And I was just
that's.
I was personally kind of like, "Oh shit, that's kind of cool."
I mean that's that. Yeah, but that's the whole premise of those two episodes. Like,
yeah,
we all get that. Like, if you watch it, you get it. Londa said Magneto with long hair. Just Googled him. Looks like a muscle version of Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah, I mean he
exactly.
might be.
Yeah,
but I think
he might be. He looks like. I'll pull it up.
Here, pull it up. While Jared pulls that up.
Don't tell me to pull it up when I'm about to pull it up.
Oh, he's pulling out. Yeah, there you
go.
Whoa. Here we go. But, I think the important part people need to remember is that Magneto doesn't have a very much different view of mutants than Charles Xavier, but Magneto had a very different childhood growing up, being part of imprisonment camps. And, I mean, anybody that knows Magneto, who is arguably one of the greatest, villains of all time.
And, now that you say that reminds me, I was thinking about that when it comes to, like, when we've said what our top villains are. Let's finish this before we get back to that.
Of course.
But, yeah, I don't fuck with him with this long hair. I don't like that M. He looks really Metro. Actually, the M basically probably stands for Metro and not Magneto. I'm just going to say that right now.
We can throw that out there, but I think if we are lucky, and I think if I'm smart enough to know how these guys are going to go about that, I think at some point in time...
You think he's going to cut it?
Yeah, he's going to cut it, and he's going to put that helmet on. Dude.
Well, no, he put the helmet on the shelf.
Did
you see that?
Yeah, he put it on the shelf.
He fucking said, put it on the shelf.
For now.
Okay, so I want to know if you know... Because this has been a big thing on TikTok. This is why we can't get rid of TikTok, because it's fucking content for this show.
Ooh, yeah.
I get to see different sides of things, and because I go into the content. I mean, I go into the comments and I read what comments just to kind of see if everybody's agreeing, if everybody's not agreeing. There were some things people were talking about this, and this is where I was thinking the same thing when it comes to the long hair. I don't really fuck with him with long hair. It looks just weird. But anyway, the big thing is a lot of people are upset because they're making X-Men woke. This is what. And there's a lot of people. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay. I'm hearing you.
They're making X-Men woke. First of all, motherfuckers, X-Men has been woke since its inception. Stan Lee has said that. He said literally, X-Men came out of the civil rights era. It came from, guess who's Martin Luther King? Professor X.
Yeah.
Guess who's fucking Malcolm X? Magneto. And then guess what they're fighting for? They're fighting for all their peoples to be able to live amongst regular humans / the whites.
Yeah.
And just live in peace. That's all they want is to live in peace and not be persecuted.
Dude, that is the best analogy.
But that's what it's built. That's what it was.
But that just goes to show you the genius of Stan Lee.
That's the genius, but it also shows the stupidity of people who don't know. They want to act like everything has to be. They're like, this is some woke shit. No, it's been woke since you were watching it as a kid. You just thought it was cool because you were a kid and you saw a bunch of people with fucking superpowers. But no, the real background is these people are being disparaged. I even saw that as a kid. I was like, yo, this seems like some real.
It is a level of discrimination.
Yeah. You're just. And then you got the, what is the FOH? What does it stand for?
Yeah, I like to say "fuck out of here." I'm like,
but then what does it really mean?
It stands for field.
No, it's not field. Somebody in the chat.
No.
FOH in X-Men.
But no,
fuck,
dude, you're right.
I just
no,
lost
you're
it.
right though. You're right. So I think with these first 2 episodes, and I don't know how long this season is going, and I really don't know how long it's going to go.
I'd say 8 to 10.
I think that's fair. I mean, they were 2 30-minute episodes. If we can get 8 to 10 of those, I am very happy with that.
What were the old ones? The old one was like 12, maybe.
Yeah, 22, 23 minutes.
No, I'm saying how many episodes a season.
Yeah,
Friends of Humanity.
Friends of Humanity.
Londa
That's
got
right.
it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, yeah, they're Friends of Humanity, but even in the new show, they're basically...
They're terrorists.
They're the KKK.
Yeah.
They're like KKK or, in some region of the world, the IOF.
Yeah.
Wait. No, I'm sorry. Did I say that wrong? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm just going to...
It's all right. We love you. We love you.
No, we don't love the IOF.
No, we don't love the
Not
IOF.
here at this show. Here at this show, we don't love the IOF.
Not at all.
And let's see if that gets cuts out by YouTube.
But I think the cool thing, we got to see within.
RJ doesn't know what the IOF is.
I know.
No, don't worry about it.
That's all right.
I'll tell you after.
That's all right. So
and don't put it in the chat. Don't put it in the chat.
Yeah. So I can get schooled off camera.
No. I don't want them because I don't want it to show up here. Just trust me when I say stuff, please.
I do. But in the 1 hour and some change that we get to absorb these 2 episodes, we see Cyclops kind of going through the motions. Jean Grey, his wife, who Logan is still infatuated with, kind of come to terms with
she is too.
The death of Professor X.
You know what? I forgot about Rogue and Magneto. I forgot about that.
That is not a very talked about subject.
But
I'm so glad you brought it up.
But back in the day, remember, she left them. She left X-Men, and she was with Magneto's side. What's Magneto's side called? Somebody in the chat, please.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was there for a while, but it wasn't really talked about that they were banging because he's the only one that can touch her. And a lot of people don't know that. He's the only one that can touch her. And if you're the only person that can touch a chick the way she wants to be touched, she might like you a little more than she likes the other dude. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that sounds like real life sometimes.
It is.
It is. But I'm glad you brought that up because there is that scene.
Don't tell me you're glad. Just
They're in the study. They're having deep conversation, but you got our homeboy, the Raging Cajun, Mr. Gambit, standing there in the hallway, who I think at the end of the day really is in love with Rogue.
no. They always have been like flirting and crushing on each other, but it was always like, hey, baby, if I touch you, then I might kill you, and it's true.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you who Rogue reminds me of.
Oh man, dude,
It's actually fun. Oh my god, this is so funny. I'll tell you after the show.
Sorry, brother.
And I just made the connection right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Fucking yeah, isn't it crazy how art imitates life?
Luckily, I identify with Magneto, so I could touch this person.
Well, sir, I like to identify. Shout out to Jadakiss, by the way. No, but I thought that was a very impactful scene where he's standing in the hallway listening.
Yeah,
and he's dropping.
He knew.
He knows.
Yeah.
But if you look at his hands, he's dropping the card. It's the Queen of Hearts. So he's basically.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So I
was looking at
I
Twitter.
watched both episodes twice, just so
I'll watch it again. I just missed that one.
But he drops that card, and I'm like, oh wow!
I saw him walk away. I didn't realize that he actually had a card. I did see that, but it didn't register like it's registering with you.
So the animation of the show is pretty much hand drawn like the original.
Yeah, like the original.
And the animation now is spectacular. Yeah. I know I ran into.
It's clearer. It's clearer. It's not necessarily better.
Well, it's not going to be anything like the Blue-Eyed Samurai that we were talking about a couple months ago.
Yeah, because a lot of that was that's motion capture.
And I think what they're doing, obviously, at this point, is trying to stick true to the
original.
original.
I agree. They did what they did. I'm just saying each frame looks clearer because technology is different. Even the way it's filmed, like back in the day, it was 4:3. This is 16:9. Which is widescreen compared to the old school square for anybody who doesn't know. So yeah, I fuck with it.
No, I was very, very happy with it.
IGN gave it a 9. The first 2 episodes.
I personally, and I'm going to be super biased with this. That's a 10 to me. That's a 10. And I'd
go with a 9 just because I was kind of thrown off by a couple of things that I didn't really fuck with. I didn't really fuck with Magneto's style or Gambit style at the beginning. It kind of threw me. And I know he's done it before. He's worn crop tops before, but for some reason it just didn't do. It did something. It threw me off.
Yeah,
like he's got this fucking ponytail and his hair's extra long. It didn't match
the Gambit that we grew up with.
No. It just didn't match what it didn't match the character. Yeah. I would say. Like, from the side, you see him, he's got this long ponytail, and he's got another ponytail on top. It's like, that's weird. Yeah. It just didn't match something. It didn't match something in my head. I don't know. Not anything to do with old or new, but.
Okay. But I will say this, whether it's a 9, 10, 11, maybe even a 12, we were able to, like, in those 2 episodes alone, and we have more to come, which is absolutely excellent, we are about to be very spoiled. I think what they're about to do
we're good.
Is something going to be...
We've been doing this for 20 minutes, by the way.
We've only been doing this for...
No. We've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
Because it's a lifetime worth.
Yeah, but we have so much more to talk about.
I know. That I don't care about that.
So
dude, we can sit here for 6 hours.
First 2 episodes, sum it up. What do you got?
All right, so first 2 episodes of X-Men 97. If you haven't seen it, if you're a fan, even if you're not a fan,
too long.
What
do you got?
Check it out. It is a 10 out of 10 for me personally.
There you go.
It is the best. They couldn't have done it. And the only quibble I will have, I agree with Jared, is like, what's Magneto wearing? That's it.
Okay,
that's it.
Got it.
All right.
9 out of 10 for me. Definitely going to keep watching. Moving on.
All right.
What's next?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a little tough to talk about this, but I want to talk about it too.
What is it?
It's Quiet on the Set. I want to talk about this
Well,
Nickelodeon.
I've only watched one episode. I want to get into it because actually, I have a not a full bit, but I have something that triggered in my mind. There was a memory that triggered in my mind when I was watching this. So yes, go ahead.
So with for those who haven't seen it yet, there is a
You got to remember, people are from other countries. They don't
yeah.
know what Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
They may not have Nickelodeon.
So Nickelodeon is a big American, television channel.
It's a kids channel.
Yeah, it's a kids channel.
It's been around since the 80s.
So there was a documentary that came out in the last week and a half, where it unfortunately displays the dark side of the shows that we
It's
grew up
literally called The Dark Side of Kids Television.
And I'm going to tell you, man, so we don't talk about this, and shout out to Tron, because I feel like he would probably be the best person to elaborate.
Which we're going to be on this show soon. We got to work out
Tron.
we got to do
What's
the
up,
details.
brother?
Come on, man. Get to the point.
So there was a lot of unfortunate pedophilia, and
I don't use that word. It was, say, abuse.
yes, that's right. So there's a lot of child abuse that apparently was going on. With some of your favorite kids shows where the director, the writer, whoever is taking advantage of children, and it's a pretty tough watch. And
Epic, that's not entirely true.
What's Epic saying?
He said it's basically a television channel that pumps a bunch of children addicted to drugs and sex. That is not entirely true.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we have this documentary, and granted, we are all kind of around the same age. We all grew up watching the same shows. So there's this documentary that comes out about child abuse in Hollywood.
No. That's not what the documentary is about. The documentary is about, it's called Quiet on the Set. I'm trying to pull it up so people can see at least the images. It's talking about, again, the dark, like it said, the name of the show is The Dark Side of Children's Television. It's basically saying that there was things that could be, because this is not definitive. None of this is definitive. This is a documentary. Just like, I get it. Yeah, there was a documentary on R. Kelly, and they convicted him. That does not mean that everything in that documentary was 100% true.
I appreciate your balls in saying that, sir.
It's not about balls. It's about being. If we're gonna bring information to people, bring it to them as a way to say, "Hey, here's what came out. Some people may be in this for a particular reason, whether it be financially, whether it be they want to fucking up their name." But don't totally say, "Oh, this is what it is," because again, this is America, and you're proven, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's why I want you to be careful what you keep saying. This, and you were saying it when we were talking about earlier. Oh, no, this is what he did. This is what he did. Fine, he did have an interview. He apologized. He didn't say what he apologized for in the interview. Now, this interview or this show is making it look like, hey, this dude did some fucked up shit. I have heard some things from multiple sources. He was verbally abusive, but there's never been that I heard of. And again, I don't know the whole fucking situation. I've never heard anything about any from this particular person. The person, what's his name? Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Him personally, I didn't hear any crazy shit. And I haven't watched the whole series. I watched one episode. I just want to make sure that everybody's clear that we're not saying that this stuff is final.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you for
now
kind of capping in with that.
And I also want to understand, because I've done editing, and and the same thing with reality shows. Reality shows can be edited in manners that make everybody look a certain way, just to serve an entertainment purpose.
Yeah, no, dude, go ahead.
And there's
spit that shit.
There's some devious ways that things can be manipulated. You could film this person saying this and this person saying this, and you can mesh this shit together. This is saying one thing. This is saying one thing. This is saying, in this frame, he could be saying one word, and in this frame, this person could be saying another word, and then they're saying this is a whole new conversation. That's all I'm trying to make everybody understand. Don't believe everything you fucking see, because shit is weird out here these days. AI is fucking crazy. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying be fully objective and dig deeper and get more information before you judge.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, make a final
I'm not
assessment.
saying Dan Schneider's a fucking great person. He's obviously a piece of shit. He's been told a bunch of times he's a piece of shit. He is a piece. He's apologized for, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. All I want to say is, careful what you're saying when you say what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I am using strong language when I say that. And it's a very sensitive manner overall. No matter what walk of life you come from, whether you're American or you're from
he's bringing
Egypt.
He's bringing Britney Spears into this. So I've heard a story about Britney Spears. Well, one of the shows actually on Nickelodeon. Her sister was Jamie Lynn Spears.
That is correct.
Was on a show, and this other girl was on the show with her. And this is where I knew. That's how I know the correlation between the verbal abuse from Dan Schneider is correct, because I heard this story from this person who wasn't on the documentary that we're talking about.
Yeah,
and somebody else also said the same thing, like, there was like, you're not the star, so you don't get special privileges and shut the fuck up and this like literal verbal abuse. And I said that over there. I was like,
yeah, no,
I can give you verbal abuse. I don't want that's heavy shit to put on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But verbal abuse is abuse is abuse. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, But then everybody's like, no, I can give them verbal abuse. How can you give them one thing? They're still kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't give them, just because, he yelled at a kid. They're kids and they're fucking, I'm trying to run a show. Like, that's fine. But then don't have your older sister come in and then abuse a kid and tell her you're not the star. My sister's a star. And then have Britney Spears come and fucking tell her later, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like years later. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But we already know Britney Spears is crazy too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. The shaved head, all that other.
These are all a bunch of crazy motherfuckers doing crazy shit while the parents are there. So how much do the parents get onto this? That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's trying to fucking say. I'm trying to figure out how to put
exactly
this.
What you're getting at.
I'm trying to figure out how to put this, but like, everybody's trying to say, yo, this dude is a fucking bad person. Like, but if he was such a bad person, and I'm not defending nothing, and I swear to God, if this fucking hits traction, everybody's gonna be like, this motherfucker's fucking condoning this. No, I'm not condoning anything. You don't fuck with kids. Period.
No.
Where there be any of the sense,
any sense of the word.
All I'm saying is, same thing, and it comes down to this. They want to ban TikTok. Y'all done fuck me up now. We want to ban TikTok because it's fucking up with. And I saw a fucking clip. There was this lady. She was going through and asking senators, "What are you gonna do if the bill comes across your desk?" Blah blah blah. One dude comes across. He was like, basically couldn't even explain what he was saying. He was just saying, I think it's fucking up our kids. He didn't say fucking up, but I think it's fucking up our kids, and it needs to be gone. Bro, you didn't say nothing that is factual. You just, what do you mean? How is it fucking up our kids?
You're just being old and angry.
You're just being an old man who just thinks that you think you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know the craziest thing about being an old man is it might happen to me and you and maybe some
of our viewers. It ain't going to happen to me because I refuse. I am always going to get as much information as I can before I make my judgment. And I've done that, and we can go back to, and it's been proven to me. Because somebody was like, I went back and watched the episodes when COVID was going on, and I saw how you went from one angle to the other angle. Because you know why? Because I had more information.
Yeah, I mean,
you know
that's going to do anything with anywhere.
But then I was fucking vilified for saying the shit that I was saying when the shit first started. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, this shit ain't shit. That's what I was at first.
Yeah.
No, what I say? I was like, no, at first I was like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, we got to watch out. This is another thing. Like, I erred on the side of caution because I didn't have any more information. But guess what the other side said to me?
Yeah.
What do you, oh, this ain't shit. It ain't nothing but a code. It's like, and then as the information comes in and all the political shit starts to come in, and then the fucking the news and starts to, and the whatever the rhetoric that starts to say, oh, you are supposed to believe this. This is when now I'm vilified because I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, hold up, this shit ain't nothing. Oh no, this is the shit. This is the shit. You gotta watch out. This is the other thing. Oh, you ain't get your vaccine. You ain't get it. No, because the numbers don't show it.
No, they don't. And they don't. And me and you, and as
but I'm
rare
not,
as it might be.
I'm just using that as an example of my
whole
whole situation.
Yeah, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. And you're right, because what people do is they're quick to judge. The moment they hear one thing,
instead of waiting for my bad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, dude. Like, and I understand. I do, because I actually have the same level of aggression towards it as well, because I'm not normally one to go out and say, hey, you know what, I don't think this is right. I normally don't do that. It's not something that is in my character, at least me personally. But there's a reason me and you have the same kind of wavelength when it comes to that. And if you're being vilified, do you know why it is? It's because people with power are telling everybody.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, if you don't do this, you are not, I guess, quote unquote, you're not an American. You're not this. You're not.
Well, no,
yeah.
They say that. They say that to make you feel, or to try to make you. It's a peer pressure type thing. Like, and it is like, oh, if you don't do this, you're not doing what's right for the community. The community don't give a fuck about me when I ain't got no money to buy groceries.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Yeah, no. I'm a dude.
Let's be real.
Stand with you.
But
100%.
the community gives a fuck about me if I go get this fucking vaccine that could, like, maybe 10 years from now give me a fucking heart attack. Oh, I don't know. There's data for that.
There's a lot of data for that.
And it's not 10 years.
I know.
It's a lot less than 10 years. And I'm not, again, and just might get a little fucking a ding up under it because fucking YouTube and there's stupid censorship. Oh, boy.
Oh, go ahead. Let him cook. Let Jared cook, folks.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Mad Scientist Lab. You can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. That is Apple Music, Spotify, every Saturday night live here on Twitch. So, Jared, please cook, brother. Please.
I'm not trying to cook, man. I'm tired of people trying to tell me what the fuck I can and cannot say. I get it. If there's consequences for what I have to say, that's fine. But the consequences should be from the public themselves.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? You said some fucked up shit. Okay, fine. Why did I say some fucked up shit? Let's have a discourse. Let's have a conversation about why or why not I'm wrong and you're right. Instead of saying, oh, this person is not allowed to do this. Oh, this is the fucking social media shit. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is why I'm kind of pissed about this TikTok shit. Everybody wants to say, oh, it's about security and this, that, and the other thing. And then some motherfucker came on. I forgot who it was. This is a famous person. And they were like, it was Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah was on his podcast talking about, I think we should ban it because we wouldn't want a social media app from Russia, or Russia wouldn't want a social media app in their country, blah, blah, blah. And China wouldn't want it. Like, first of all, why the fuck do we give a fuck what they want in their country? It's about what we want in this country.
Yeah. No,
like, we're here. We are, one of our God-given rights. If you're born in this country, freedom of speech. It's the first motherfucking right.
Yeah. Hey, Hey, folks, if you don't know, if you never opened a history book, or if you never turned that stone, but no, so I'm glad we brought this up because I'm not somebody who has I don't have TikTok as an app. I don't.
Okay.
And I feel like anybody that sends me any including yourself,
exactly, Epic. God forbid we be our own, and God forbid we fucking tell our children how to fucking whether or not they can have an app on their phone. Let us do that, and you can't tell us what the. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
And it's kind of crazy. So as a person who is, at least from my perspective, is outside looking in, is that from what you've told me, and the whole basis of TikTok for me personally is what you tell me, what you show me, and I might see a snippet or two of whatever it may be. You're taking away the voice of, even if you don't like it, even if you're like, oh, I was like, I'd never do that. But is it any different than what you do on any other level of social media? Like, I mean, it's kind of fucking crazy when you think about it.
Well,
it's like, why are you trying to ban this one thing when you have like 25 other things that are probably just as bad?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. I think because they can't really control it like they want. That's why they want. That's what the bill is. The bill is either this company, ByteDance, which is not owned by China. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
They're out of the Cayman Islands. I mean, they could still be China, but have an offshore account, whatever.
Yeah.
But guess what? TikTok's not even allowed in China.
There's the biggest plot twist right there, folks.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Google's not allowed in China.
Ooh.
So if you have a Gmail account and you're traveling from outside and you're going into China, guess what? You can't unless you got, and a lot of VPNs aren't even allowed in China.
Hey, Jared, this is a heavyweight fight. We in round 12.
Bruh, this
There's
is what
a
I'm saying.
knockout blow
This
right
is
there.
what I'm fucking trying to tell you, bro. They want to own the shit because they can control it. And I told you I didn't really get into the argument with the person because I knew where they were coming from. They were like, oh, I worked for the government for this many years and I do cybersecurity. So I was like, all right, bro, say what you want. I've been doing web for since 2009. Maybe not 25 years like you, but I've been doing web. And guess what? Part of web is web security, cybersecurity. That's what I fucking do. I got to know how to make a fucking website secure. I got to know how to make a network secure. All the same shit I know, but I know from applications and fucking software and all this other shit, whatever. So the fact that motherfuckers want to bring that shit up, they're a security risk. Okay. So the same platform you posted the fact that they're a security risk is fucking Facebook. You think they're not a security risk?
Dude, but that's where I come in as somebody who's outside looking in, because I'm not a TikTok user by any means. But if somebody sends me, like, say you text me, hey, I found this shit, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to. What are you saying?
My point is that
ask me. You're asking me something.
I'm asking you that, like, we have all these social media platforms, and this is the most terrible one. That's confusing to me.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
So,
that's super confusing to me.
So these other ones, again, are U.S. companies. Most of the ones we use are U.S. companies. The only one we don't that is not U.S. based, like fully U.S. based, is TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance, which is 60% global investors, 20% employees of the company, and they could be anywhere. They could be, and actually, like, some of those are, like, 2,000 of those are Americans.
Yeah.
So, and then the other 20% is actual ByteDance.
Yeah.
So you got all, I kind of said this before. Here's what I think is happening. I think because they already have control of those American ones, Facebook, Google, TikTok. Well, not so much Twitter anymore because Elon bought it. That's why they fucking vilifying him, because he's like, say what the fuck you want. And then they fucking try to, again, he controls that. He can say what goes on there. He's another one for free speech. They're vilifying the fuck out of him. But Facebook falls in line. What's the other one? There's one more.
Well, there's TikTok. I don't know, man. I've never been a big
Instagram, which is Facebook. Instagram, which is Facebook. So they have them in the pocket because guess what? Facebook is one of the lobbyers to fucking get TikTok banned. Because you know why? Because they're losing market share.
Yeah, dude, it's all business.
It's all business.
Yeah,
it's all
isn't that
money.
crazy.
And here's another thing. When it comes to the government side, that's why a lot of these politicians are actually one politician got fucking reamed this past week. But anyway, a lot of the politicians they don't fuck with it because it's like, oh, you know what? This foreign entity may be able to push whatever agenda they want to onto.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think as a regular citizen, what the fuck do you think Instagram and Facebook is doing? They could put whatever. There's a setting in your Instagram where it says it's set to limit political post.
Dude.
I changed it today because I found it. Guess where I found it? I found it on TikTok. That's what they're afraid of,
dude.
That's what they're afraid of.
See, I think what's happening right now is that me and you and the rest of
an
whoever
awakening
is. Dude,
it's an awakening.
It's kind of wild, bro. Because you know me, and you know me on a personal level. You know, beside podcast aside, I'm a pretty regular Joe. I don't indulge in too many social media activities to any degree.
The government's never been here to help.
Yeah, no, and that is amen, brother.
And I can get into some stuff on that side too because. They act like the Democratic Party has been acting for years like they're here to help black people, and they'll give them a carrot. Like, here's a carrot. Here's a free phone when Obama was in office. Here's a free phone. Here's this. Here's that. But then when it comes down to it,
where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you? And
why is certain neighborhoods still getting shot the fuck up? Because guess what? You're letting you banning guns in areas where the citizens need them more because the criminals all have them.
It's pretty wild, right? Oh shit! I like this.
D.C., Chicago, California, biggest gun fucking crimes in the United States. Guess what? The weakest gun laws. I don't know how this turned political, but this is facts.
No, but it's is it really political? It's only political because
it's more social. It's more social.
Yeah. So I think it's only more political because we're kind of programmed. Like,
oh yeah, I meant strongest. Yeah, you're right. I meant strongest. Sorry, strongest gun laws in those 3 states.
You know, when you get to that level, and when you're kind of trying to fend off of it, and they're like, oh, well, hey, this, and that. Yeah, you're 100% correct. There are people in this world that don't know a lick of shit, and they have the final say, and that's nuts. Well, it's literally fucking nuts.
I'm going hard today.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let them cook. That's the name of the episode. By
everybody,
the way. Let them cook.
All these motherfuckers who are at the top of all these Senate, fucking maybe not the Senate. I don't really pay attention. I don't really pay attention to this shit that much. All these motherfuckers at the top, fucking. And I'm naming names.
Yeah, here.
Pelosi. That's the only number I know. But they're all old. If you're over 70 years old, get the fuck out of there, bro.
Yeah, dude, I 100% agree.
Get some motherfucking 40, 45, 50-year-olds in there. And then once the 50-year-olds get to 60, 65, boot them. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's like professional wrestling, brother.
Because you know why? Because I see it in my own parents, my mom. I saw it in my grandparents when they were that age. You're starting to deteriorate. Your brain functions start to deteriorate after a certain time. How the fuck do you think you can run the free world at 80 years old, dog? You're about to be dead.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And we fucking allow this shit. This shit's the most insane shit that I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Because it's instilled into the structure of.
No, it's not. It's still, it's just, they're the ones that are getting paid. They have the most money. And then it's so fucked because young people think they can't make a difference. Do you know who between 18 to I think it was like 35-year-olds who has the biggest vote out of between fucking Joe Biden, Robert Kennedy, and fucking Trump? Robert Kennedy. That tells you something.
Dude, that's pretty
All
wild,
the old
man.
motherfuckers are still voting for the old motherfuckers. And they're not even gonna be here too much longer. They might not be here before the next motherfucker. The motherfucker they vote for might not be here no more.
Oh man, let them cook. Yeah, no. But dude, you're right. So we are, as a society, instilling our faith into the grandpa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'd rather instill my faith into uncle,
Yeah.
because uncles are usually younger.
Yeah.
He's probably the younger brother of the fuking
Shout out
grandpa.
Red Dead Redemption, by the way. All right. Yeah.
He's usually the fucking younger guy. Let somebody. And I'm not. Again, I was saying this in jest, and the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to run.
Dude, do you want to run for office?
Relax.
Hold on.
I kinda wanna run.
I'm gonna let you cook.
But you know what?
This is cooking.
Because you know what? I am too radical. Because first of all, my skin color and how I think, they'd be like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here? We're not used to this. You know, we can't have that."
Oh,
and then I'm gonna go in there, and I'll be like, "The fuck are we talking about right now?" If I did get elected, it'd be like, "What are we talking about?" Because they're gonna look at my military record. They're gonna be like, "Well, he wasn't the greatest Marine." No, I wasn't, because I don't believe that everybody is right just because they hold a certain authority. Like, that doesn't make sense. That
No, that's that. Dude,
the person most qualified should be the motherfucker running shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're right. When you think of it, like, think about a job, right? Say I go to my job, and say I go in on Monday and I say, "Hey, boss, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice," and they're like, "Oh my God, why are you leaving us? Why are you doing this to us?" Well, I found something better. But if you think of the idea of a 2-week notice, like what does it really entail?
2-week notice doesn't mean anything.
It means nothing.
Look. In this day and age, never, ever, ever, Londa, you're a young cat. When you get a job, don't ever fucking do 2-week notice. Fuck that shit. That shit does not matter anymore. I mean, I don't even know if it matters in the Netherlands. Here, it used to be a big thing. Don't do that shit. Find a second job
And go.
and get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
and go.
And guess what? Them motherfuckers don't care about you. The old motherfuckers, they don't care about you.
Dude, I have seen, and I hate to say this, I've seen this time and time again in my lifetime, where somebody wants to do the, old school method of like, "Hey man, I'm putting in my 2 weeks," and it's like, well, guess what? This person is probably going to tell you to get the fuck out, and they already have your replacement.
Yeah, they'll boot you.
So your 2 weeks notice should be a 4-hour notice at the end of the day. It's like, hey,
fuck them.
You pay me for 4 hours, I'm going to give you 4 hours, right? And we all are kind of at this day and age, and at this point in time, like even myself, if I were to leave the job I was at now, which I kind of want to do, I am inclined in the back of my mind to do the professional thing. Hey, give 2 weeks notice, right?
Appreciate
but
it,
I'm
Londa.
gonna tell you something right now. If I gave my job 2 weeks notice, they're gonna tell me to get the fuck out.
They'll be like, get out.
And then they're not gonna give me my last paycheck that is owed to me.
Guess where I saw that at? I saw that on TikTok too. This dude was a truck driver. It might be a little close to home, Epic. Might be a little close to home, Epic. But
Yeah, let him cook.
This dude was a truck driver. He gave us 2 weeks notice. He was on a drive 300 miles away from his home, and they shut his truck down. They said, goodbye. He was like, what am I supposed to do? I gave y'all 2 weeks notice. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Shut your truck down. Get the fuck out.
there is no man, and We're doing
We're cooking,
we're
baby.
doing good tonight. We're doing no, seriously, man. Like if you have the respect to say, hey, I want to move on and do this, that's okay.
No,
But nobody, no.
You
Hear me out.
that's
Like,
the respectable thing to do. But fuck respect
Yeah,
because
but
they
you're
don't
right.
respect you.
They don't, dude. In my current position that I'm in, I've seen people come in the morning, eat breakfast, laugh with everybody, and then at 12 o'clock, they're like, "Oh, hey, I hope you liked your breakfast. Goodbye." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, how unprofessional is that?"
The world is different. And
Oh my
okay,
God,
so
it
here's the
it
thing.
cracks me up, man.
Okay,
It
but
cracks me
here's
up.
the thing. If you're seeing that we are seeing at these levels, which are probably the lowest levels possible, the world is changing. These motherfuckers need to see it. That's what we need to be doing to them. It's like, yo, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Goodbye. Instead of saying, oh, I recognize his name. Let me put him back. Let me put a check mark next to his name. I looked up who our fucking congressman in this area is. And I remember, I know one name, Connolly. And I forgot what district I'm in. But look, I'm not playing, bro. I'm definitely looking.
Yeah, and
I don't know how. I ain't got no money. I'm gonna have to raise some money. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, fucking grassroots, bitch.
the fucking the idea behind it, like if you think about the idea of it, it's like, hey man, I found a better, like on paper, like if I took this giant Texas-sized pencil.
Oh, plus I am taking some government funding, some corporate funding. All that shit I was talking Facebook. If you want to pay me to fucking ban TikTok, I'm down.
Yeah, pay us.
That's how it works, right?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So, I have just seen in recent years of my life being in a newer business and seeing how business just continuously moves without the consideration of the person that kind of came before it. Dude, you cannot, in any capacity, at least to me, like this is just like I'm speaking on behalf of me and me alone. I've seen people do their damnedest and do everything they can, and they're a little, yeah, man, I don't like it. I'm a little unhappy. I'm ready to leave, and not down talking anybody or anything like that. And the next day, they go in and they just want to speak their mind, and it's like, you know what, you don't belong here. It's like, what the fuck? Hold on. Time out, dude.
That's
that's
like
so wrong.
What they would say was like, this is you're not a part of our culture. And this
Team player.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
Trust me, I went through it, and I saw a clip recently, and it was telling you there's 3 ways that a company will get rid of you. And I should have been in the comments. I'm like / universities, because this is what they do.
Yeah.
They will try to pitch you against your coworkers, which I dealt with that a few times, but like, yeah, most people fuck with me. Like, I'm not a fucking.
I am
person.
loved wherever I go, and that is the
Same
only
here.
thing that I'm
Same here.
proud to say about.
Matter of fact,
yeah,
the person that this person was trying to pit me against gave me my reference on my next job. So like, fuck off.
yeah, smoke one,
Like,
Texas-sized pencil.
This dude, I got him into martial arts. You know what I'm saying? I had an extra gi. He was like, I want to do jiu-jitsu. And he ended up doing Muay Thai on the regular. It was like, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu too. I was like, hey, bro, I got an extra gi. Here you go. He's like, oh, man. That dude loved me more than, I won't say love me. He respects me more than he'll ever respect that dude. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a bunch of, it was, I just knew after a certain point, my political views was not the same as his, as my manager.
Yeah.
Because he was this vegan motherfucker. He really didn't like guns. I don't know if he did or not. But then I remember the first time I realized that there was an issue, I think I told him, he was like, what happened to your hand? Because that was when my finger was fucked up. Remember how
I do remember that. I do remember that.
He was like, what happened to your finger? I was like, it was a jiu-jitsu tournament. Like the guy was spazzing and I fucking jammed my finger and it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, oh, how long you been doing that? I was like, whatever. I started doing MMA and the whole spiel. He was like, yeah, I want to do that, but I got kids and this and that other thing. In my head, whenever somebody, anything that I've done, when somebody starts explaining why they want, I was going to do that, but I did this, that, and this other thing, or they're basically telling me that they feel, it's their way of saying,
Uncomfortable?
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I kind of want to say inferior. They feel mentally inferior, or
yeah, because they weren't.
because
I see where you're going
they
with
feel
this.
threatened.
Yeah,
Because like, oh wait, this dude is this and this and that. But then they're in this position. So, but at this point, they're my boss. So then, and then there was other times where people would be like, "Oh, you're next in line." Like, so it was just a constant level of like, "Oh, this motherfucker's coming for my job." Like, bro, I didn't want your job. I could care less about you budgeting.
Oh, shit.
You budgeting your fucking how many web projects is going on, this other fucking shit, and this is. What do you mean, oh shit?
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. As somebody who has, excuse me, as somebody who has been fortunate enough, and even in the smallest capacity,
Hollow Knight is a dope ass game.
To go up in your ranks, like I never at one point in time, ever, and I will never think this until you throw me in the fucking dirt, dude. I have never thought my success comes at the expense of somebody else's, work. That's me personally.
But again, this is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, this is how I knew this person was going to be a problem. Like from the first day I actually walked into work, this was said to me, and I'm like, oh, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, he feels threatened. And it didn't register. I'm like, this is my new job. I'm just trying to fucking get in, learn what I can. And then there was certain things. It was like, oh, hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me? But it was like, oh, you're supposed to automatically know it. I'm like, no, you knew I didn't know how to do this when I fucking signed up for the job.
That's like me at my current job. Like, dude, I went into like the complete 180 of what I normally do, and what happens is that people, like, I'm a tough guy, all right? Like, when it comes to certain things, not everything.
I was going to say, thank you for clarifying that for the rest of us.
Cheers.
Keep going.
Anyway, but no, man, like, I think when you're in the thick of things for so long, you can see who's really built for it and who isn't. And the people who really aren't built for it normally are the people who aren't built for any other job either. They want to cry.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, I could see from the beginning that this person was going to feel threatened no matter what, just because I'm older.
Right,
I'm older than them. I've done more. And I'm not no fucking bitch ass vegan.
Yeah. We like salad on this show, but not yours.
Nah, dude was soft, bro.
Yeah,
and I get it. Like, but the thing that he had was he had been there forever. He knew everybody and this, that, and the other thing. But it was just it was a toxic work environment to begin with, but I lived with it just because it was paying me, and it was at a place where I was enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish I didn't. I wish I had just fucking gone straight into the comedian shit.
Yeah,
because I was already thinking about it before that. But
so I'll give you a good example. So you know me, and I'm gonna be real leveled with everybody that's watching the show. Like, you know, I talk about it all the time. Dude, I've been working in customer service for about 20 years, probably more than half my life.
know, RJ. Come on.
All right. So hear me out. So we have a gentleman who started maybe 2 months ago, who's younger than me. He has a mutual friend with myself, which I'll always be like, hey, that's pretty dope. But this gentleman in particular is so adamant about being correct and about his customer service, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a day maybe 2 weeks ago where there was a situation happening late at night, the shift that I run, and I walk over and I start listening, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm not doing, the last thing in my mind is me undermining this person that's talking. But that's the last thing in my mind. And we go over there, we resolve the situation together, and this person leaves, the customer, I will say. And this guy says to me, and he says, hey, man, he said, I got it. He said, you don't ever have to worry about my customer service. You don't have to do this, and that. I was like, hey, man, I don't give a fuck about your customer service at all. Like,
Pretty
are you
much.
serious? Like, dude, do you know what the last thing I talk about is? Is my customer service. I've been doing it 20 years. I know I'm good at it. Dude, I'm the best
You talk
at
about it a lot, but go ahead.
Well, I talk about it in the sense of,
I get it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was so adamant. He felt so disrespected that I interjected myself.
Because
in
he
that.
felt threatened. This is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
But that's
When-
why I brought it up.
When people feel threatened, so this is what you have to also be aware of. Him kind of undercutting and going behind your back, trying to do shit. Because this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was late a couple times, but hey, motherfucker, I live fucking in Lorton. It takes
Low life.
fucking
your life, baby.
It takes me, even if I leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's still gonna take me an hour to get to fucking Howard University.
Prestigious.
Find parking.
Yeah.
And then get to fucking the building. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to pay for parking because you're a student. The crazy. Okay.
Ooh, we cooking tonight, folks. Tune in every Saturday night live here at 6:30 p.m. on Twitch.
Here's the other
Jared,
crazy.
look.
Here's the other crazy thing. We're employees.
Yeah,
when we're
yeah,
there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're allowed to take classes, but we still have to go through all the same shit that everybody else has to go through. I have to fucking write a letter. I have to contact the dean of the school that I want to get into. College of Engineering and Architecture at Howard University, by the way, got in.
Bang, motherfucker.
You have to do all the same shit that a regular student would have to do. It's just you get your shit paid for because you're a student. You're an employee there. It's part of the benefits. But you don't get those benefits till a year of being there. So I get there for a year. And all that year, I'm like, all right, I want to either do a computer science degree, full PhD. That's what I was thinking about for a minute. And I was like, or I could just get a cybersecurity certificate.
Okay.
Which was like 5 classes, and I'd have had a cybersecurity certificate from Howard University. Then I would have went and done my certifications. Same thing that our friend Jamari. Shout out to Jamari for getting your CISSP. It's a fucking huge deal. And I would have done all that shit at the same time. Plus having the backing of Howard University. You know what I'm saying? That been fucking pretty dope.
And in all respect, before you continue, I'm gonna throw this out.
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Keep going. Hurry up.
Yeah. So, the school Jared worked at is insanely prestigious. I mean, it's one of the top schools.
It's one of the biggest. It's arguably the biggest HBCU, historically black college in America.
Yes, and so like we're not. Jared's not saying he's going out to bumfuck in the middle of nowhere and hanging out with Joe Schmo.
It's like the Harvard of black colleges.
Yeah, like so. And if you're from the DMV area, you know how prestigious. I mean, shit. Biggie talked about it. I mean, dude,
because he went there. I mean, he didn't go there. Well, Diddy went there for 2 years, but he also.
But you're talking about a very predominant African American college.
Yes.
So my point is, is that you're going out here, you're giving your best, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're like, you know what? One day, I think I'm gonna kind of take it back a bit, and then they just drag you everywhere, dude. They do.
Kind of. Hold on.
Well,
let me finish what I was saying.
All right, go ahead.
So I get into the school, which is again not an easy school to get into. This is the School of Architecture and Engineering. this is where computer science and fucking architecture and all the other engineering is under this shit. Electrical, all that shit. Like, which anybody out there knows ain't no bullshit. You can go to your communications or your businesses, schools, and all that other shit. Fuck out of my face. That shit is nothing. Because I've done business. That is easy. But anyway, so I go through all the shit. I take my first class, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes down time to take my next couple classes, I want to take 2 classes this time. Granted, this motherfucker's working on his doctorate at this point, which means he's taking 2 or 3 classes while working.
Okay.
And everybody allows it. So as soon as I say, hey, I'm going to take these 2 classes, you're taking 2 classes? The fuck you mean? Motherfucker, you just took fucking 3 or 4 classes. You're barely here half the time. So now why is it a problem when I'm doing it?
Do you know what it is?
This is part of my benefits.
Do you know what it is, man?
I'm trying to ask you, are you burping?
And it's crazy. And I look at this like, and this is solely based upon the idea of it. Or I might look at this just in general, but I've always looked at people that do the least amount of work ask for the most amount of money.
No, I don't think that's what it is. Bro, he's not doing the least amount. It's clear he's not doing the least amount of work. Again, I said he's working on a doctorate. Although his doctorate was in psychology, it's the fact that you're saying you can do. It's the do as I say, not as I do mentality.
I got you.
You can take 2 or 3 classes, but no, you can't. You can only take 1 class. And I think it was because I had 5 classes to take to get that certificate. Because I wanted to be the fuck up out of there. And now that I think about it, because they kept bullshitting on like paying for, because it was like, oh, you haven't paid for your class. It was like, first of all, I get free classes here. Why is my shit still showing that? I think somebody said, bro, I'm telling you, I swear to God, I feel sabotaged. I probably spoke too much about what I was going to do, and someone said something,
but you're right,
and
though,
somebody said something else.
Hear me out. Dude, like, when you're in a job, like, think about a job. Like, at the end of the day, like, if I get up and I go to work.
My plan was only to be there for 5 years.
Yeah,
anyway.
So say
I was
get up there.
1 less year than I wanted to stay there.
I get up every day, and then it's like I go to my job. Even me currently, you go up to your job, whether you like it or not, and this might play a big factor into it, but you got to put on a show, right? You know, to some degree.
Well, that's my problem. I don't put on shows.
Well,
what up, Go Chip?
And
What
band.
the fuck?
Yeah, Hammer Band, baby.
That camera, he's up there.
Yeah, Hammer Band, baby. I have seen. I work in a very, very distinctive industry when it comes to like, hey, who's good, who's not, who's good, what do you do? And then they're like, they get rid of you, whatever. My point being is that.
Let me see your phone, or at least go to the text messages go to the text message that you sent me. We gotta get back on task because
I haven't sent you anything.
No, earlier the week.
Oh, the week. Oh,
because my phone's up there.
Okay, all right.
I want to keep on schedule.
Yeah. So, my point being is that we're in a society that kind of distracts you from your own well-being, and it's like, hey, dude, again. The whole thing you just said, you were sabotaged, you were this.
I feel like I was sabotaged.
No, do you feel that way? Because that's probably what's happening. I'm not the type of I'll give you the greatest example I'll probably ever give on this show.
Please make it short.
Yes. I tried to help a customer.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything I could do to help a customer. I went to above and beyond my building level of representation.
Yep.
And they told me one thing, and we were going off of this one thing, and then they didn't do it. And it dicked over a customer. It dicked over me. And guess who's paying that bill? Us. So my point is, my overall point is that we're going to go in head first to go to work to pay our bills because we that's what we got to do.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, but at the same time, I think my overall point is that I'm not going to ever be bullied, and and I think a lot of that was that too. There, I would stand up for myself. Like, oh, I need you to work this long, and it's like, what the fuck you mean? Like, I get off at 5:00.
Five
Like, I'm not. I will like if homecoming's coming up and the website needs to be done, I'll fucking work for you. I'll work. But if you need some random email sent that could be sent tomorrow, get the fuck out of my face. And I think that's a lot of times. Again, I will stand. I think being bullied in school at some point there was a turning point where it's like, you know what, you're not going to bully me. No one's going to bully me. So I do not accept being bullied by anybody anymore. And that can probably be taken as, oh, this person is being aggressive.
Yeah.
No, I'm just standing up for myself, and it's fuck you if you think if you feel some type of way for me standing up for my own well-being, then that's your problem, not mine.
No, and you know what that comes down to? And I'm going to say this not only to Jared, but to everybody out there, is accountability.
Well, but then you get gaslighted with like, you didn't take accountability.
No.
I did.
Not about yourself.
I thought no. I'm just saying this was a thing, but I just want people to take accountability for when they mess up. I did. We fixed it. We moved on. You're the one that's still stuck here, buddy.
Yeah. And
You know?
I think what I've learned in my business, unfortunately, is that there is none of that whatsoever in any capacity. And that is kind of like the situation I was describing, not too long ago, and whatnot. And
No, I want to see the list because my phone's up there.
Oh, here, let me pull this up. Hold on. While we do this, let me do this.
Everybody, I want to change the subject because I want to have fun. Like, this is not fun,
dude. Whoever wants to change the subject, don't be a part of it.
I want to change the subject. Fuck you.
Oh well, shit.
This is not fun. This is not fun to talk about.
Well, it's not about it. Well, dude, you know what's not fun to talk about is fucking a lot of things.
Well, that's why we do the show, is to have fun, not to fucking.
I'm trying to find my.
I know we're fucking hitting the hard hitting subjects.
All right, so it's kind of uploading at this moment, but
No,
don't
I
worry
just
about
want
it.
you. Just show me the text message. I can't get to my phone.
I
dog.
know that, but my Twitch is
Your
reinstalling.
Twitch text messages that you sent me.
Yes, my app is reinstalling itself because I had
Text messages that you sent to me. Go to your
Alright.
messages.
All right. So here are my messages.
There you go. Thank you.
When you say Twitch, I'm looking.
I didn't say Twitch. I said text.
Oh, I was thinking you were thinking Twitch.
No, I got Twitch right here.
Yeah, live every Saturday night around 6:30.
So we did the TikTok banning. Well, we went hard on that one.
Yeah, dude. Like
X-Men 97, we went in on that. Don't want to do that one yet. We might end off that one. You wanted to talk about further assessment of the gentleman.
yes, which I think is a fucking, kind of a sleeper-ish show. I look at that show like Peaky Blinders. I think everybody likes it. Hold on, hear me out.
I'm hearing. You remember, you got talking to the mic.
Hear me out. I think everybody likes it. I like it a lot. But I don't think it gets the critical acclaim that it deserves because it's kind of like it's like good, but it's only good for like people who really truly appreciate things. You know what I mean? That's just me personally.
Kind of agree. They're definitely not the same show.
No, and I was not trying to make any comparison whatsoever.
Okay, just to make everybody aware, Peaky Blinders is probably a much more rugged and raw show than The Gentleman is. But again, the name of the show is The Gentleman. There's a reason that it's called The Gentleman, and it shows through the show. Even though they're gangsters, it shows, like, you know what? Even in the movie was like, when he's like, you know what? I will give you the common courtesy. I know you came in here, but here's my... Bro, McConaughey's fucking... Now that I think about it, McConaughey's fucking...
Dude!
Oh, my God, I wish...
Big beat off
He's
right
fucking beating off everywhere.
No, dude, it's crazy you bring that up.
I just thought about it, motherfucker. It's not crazy that I brought it up. I just thought about
it last week, and I didn't want to like sound like it's like if you watch Boys from the Hood, you want to see a dead body, you know, and you're poking it. So, do you know what I watched last week with my mother? I watched not only the end of. Hold on, hear me out.
I'm trying to.
I know.
Get to the point.
I watched the end of True Detective season 1.
Yeah,
and
still
then
haven't
I
watched
ended
it.
up watching Interstellar again.
Hmm.
And that guy is a fucking genius.
Okay,
dude.
so go back and watch The Gentleman, and then we'll talk again next week.
Okay.
The Gentleman, the movie. Did anybody in the half the people ain't even in the chat anymore. Anybody in the chat watch The Gentleman movie and then at least started the series? Please let me know, because that's what we're talking about right now. His fucking acting. Well, first of all, he's been a great actor in anything he's ever done. We weren't talking because we haven't gotten to Roadhouse because you haven't watched Roadhouse yet.
I haven't seen the new one. And
Okay,
you
but
know,
all
right.
So, because we've talked about Jake Gyllenhaal is my point, but
Yeah.
I don't think we've given Matthew McConaughey his flowers yet, because
100%.
the motherfucker is a beast.
Dude, that guy is so nasty at his job.
Everybody talks about Brad Pitt, which I did watch a new movie. Not a new movie. It's a 2008 movie with George Clooney, Brad Pitt. It's called Burn After Reading, which I never saw. And I just heard somebody else talking about it. And I was like, yeah, Brad Pitt's character, which he was good in that. Which is a good movie. The whole John Malkovich is in it. It was a fucking good-ass movie. But anyway, yeah. Dazed and Confused, Fire. And these are just movies that I can bring off the top of my head. So Dazed and Confused, Fire. The Lincoln Lawyer, Fire.
Yeah, I love that film. That is such.
What was the one you said before that?
Interstellar, dude.
Interstellar,
Yeah, dude.
Fire.
I mean,
And then The Gentleman, Fire. He's like pretty much the main character. And then you got and then you're in there with a fucking plethora of beast fucking actors. You got Colin Farrell, you got Hugh Grant. Who else is in that shit? There's a couple other. Charlie Hanneman. Like, bro, you got the fucking who's who of English actors, just and Irish, because Colin Farrell's Irish. But these bro, and he fucking steals the show.
dude, he is such a phenomenal actor. Dude, his portrayal of not only
A Time to Kill. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Londa coming through again.
Dude, you're right. You're right. Nobody gives this guy his credit, because when I finished watching
Epic said we're too drunk to. Well, we're not really. We didn't spoil anything, but you got to watch the movie The Gentleman and the series, man. Trust me. Watch the movie first. And I don't mean to cut you off, RJ, but I want to reiterate this to everybody listening. You want to watch The Gentleman first, because once you watch the series, after watching the movie, you'll understand where the series comes from. Because it coincides, it just gives you the opposite angle that you wish you kind of saw after watching the movie or during watching the movie. Like it's like missing parts that are added. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you finish it? Did you finish it, or you didn't?
I'm slowly getting there. I did a lot of watching,
but you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, hell yeah,
yeah, okay,
dude. And I'll tell you is that, you know, after, you know, this is me like nitpicking at my mom, because my mom watches certain types
she
of
watches
television.
girly shit. She's a girl.
Yeah, that's fine. But my mom was nice enough to say, hey, I want to watch something you want to watch. And I said, you know what you need to watch? I said, you know, I love Woody Harrelson, who is phenomenal. And I said, but you got to see how good Matthew McConaughey is in this this 10-episode season of a television, not a
No.
film.
McConaughey's not in the season.
In the first season, he is.
No, he's in the movie.
Oh, I was talking about True Detective. I'm not talking about the gentleman.
Yeah. True Detective. Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, his level of commitment to even a television show on HBO.
Well, let's be real. That was the best True Detective.
It is, and I will go with you to the grave with that. But season 3 with Marshall Ali is phenomenal too.
Dollars Buyers Club. I think I have seen that one.
I
don't remember
make you
it.
cry, dude.
I think I have.
That's a very strong film, dude.
Oh, bro, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, and so like
Austin, Texas. Oh shit.
Yeah. So my mom, we end up finishing up the first season of True Detective kind of early in the night. She said, "What do you want to watch?" I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm so big on Matthew McConaughey right now." I said, "We're going to watch Interstellar." And I threw that on. And
she liked it or no?
Yeah. Oh, my mom loved it, dude. I think and
that's a movie that female women would like.
Dude, that is such a very
because
passionate film.
To be honest, the hero of that movie is the girl, the daughter.
Yeah,
he's just an explorer.
Yeah, and she, with the SOS on the time watch,
she figured the whole thing out.
Yeah, that is film and acting that we don't.
By the way, Anne Hathaway is so fucking sexy,
dude. I would totally lick her butthole. Yeah. All right. Anyway, or
I
would like to say the black hole when it comes to Interstellar.
Christ.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's one of the most slept on female celebrities. She was Catwoman too. Catwoman, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
Just want to say that. So yeah, McConaughey.
That movie, dude.
Londa,
Chris Nolan. I'm telling you, man.
We talk about it. We've talked about it.
He can't do any wrong.
We talked about it. He can't do it. We can't do it again. But we can say, Londa, watch The Gentleman, the movie. If you haven't seen it, watch the series. They're both fucking perfect. Same thing, Epic. Watch that shit. And Ghost Ships. Tell Epic to watch it.
Oh, the great Ghost Ships.
He's here. I don't know if he's still here or not. Also, what was the other? We were talking about Interstellar. Something made me connect something else.
Was it with Oppenheimer or like awards or anything of that nature?
No.
I don't know. I'm like kind of fishing in the pond right now.
Fuck. I just lost it.
Excuse me.
We were talking
Excuse me.
Jesus. Sorry to keep you up.
No.
Bitch.
It's not your problem.
What was we were? What were we talking? Say what you were saying again.
Well, I was saying, like, dude, we're watching True Detective with Woody Harrelson. We're watching,
more forward.
All right, Interstellar, and then we're talking about Chris Nolan and how he just seemingly can't do any wrong when it comes to making.
Wasn't Chris Nolan? Fuck, I lost it. There's
Okay.
something that I just watched. There's something somehow all that connects, and I can't remember how it connects now. God damn it! What else did you have in there? I think I sent you something.
Well, the one thing that I know you weren't overly keen on talking about.
Oh, that alien is bullshit.
Yeah, was the Alien trailer that came out. And I agree with you 100%. Alien 1 and 2, that's it. There's nothing else after that. That, you can almost compare that to Terminator 1 and 2. You might like it. You might like the lore, but the movies are, I don't know. But I saw the trailer.
I'm not. You saw Romulus. I get it.
Yeah.
But it looks like any other fucking horror alien movie that could have came out. And they just have the fucking flying scorpion face things.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look appealing.
But I think with Alien, for me personally, I think I more care for the lore of it.
Yeah, it's called Alien and Romulus.
Yeah, at the end of the day, because like when they came out with because Ridley Scott is an incredible director.
I get it.
Yeah, but put it this way, years and years ago when Prometheus came out,
I know you were talking about this the other night.
Yeah.
Again, Prometheus, the concept is great. It's not a great movie.
I think it's for fans of a series. Like it's like if you watch a horror movie. To agree, it's like if I watch Friday,
bro, Annabelle 1 and 2, or not that I even know what I'm talking about, but like Annabelle 1 is not going to be as good as Annabelle 15. Like, that's crazy. That doesn't even make sense.
No, and I understand why you're putting it in that category. But the one reason I like that film the most is because it gave an origin story to the actual alien. And it wasn't so much the film itself, but it was the writing.
I get what
Even
you're
if-
saying.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Now this is where I kind of pulled back when you were talking about it the other night. I get it. But guess what? Those origin stories are already in certain, like, myths and legends of that are already upon Earth. So all they did was rewrite the shit. It's just a myth of, like, oh, these fucking creatures came from another planet and fucking put their DNA onto this planet, and then this is where the DNA of humans came from.
But I thought, me personally, I thought
You
that
thought it was an
really
original
good.
story. No, it's not.
No. I wouldn't say original, but I think it's cool that they're able to incorporate whatever happened and kind of twist it a tad bit to fit the narrative.
Okay, for me, what it does, it just adds to the fact that you can't come up with new shit. You just digging. I mean, maybe I'm just being too critical, because it is hard to come up with new shit. Because a lot of people have been saying, and this is technically kind of true, because he said it, like Star Wars, this is why you need the headphones. Star Wars took a lot of their stuff from Dune. And even people now seeing Dune is like, wait a minute, this is fucking space. This is Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I thought it was before I got.
Except they don't have lightsabers, and that's it.
So when you kind of absorb that level of entertainment in that way, I kind of look at it like, what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
You're trying to mask your emotions when it comes to certain loves for certain things. Put it this way, it's like, I'm a huge fan of The Godfather. I'm a big Godfather
Yeah, but
fan.
okay. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm glad you said
Hit
that.
me.
So, if they said, "Hey, we're coming out with a Godfather's 5," what is it, 5 or 4? It'd be 4.
It would be a fourth iteration. Yeah, 4.
Godfather 4. It's fucking Michael's grandson that's gonna be running the family. How would you feel about that?
It's tough. And you're asking the right question.
I know I'm asking the right
Yeah, no. So I would initially, especially in this day and age, I would.
What do you mean initially?
Initially, I would be intrigued, but hold on, hear me out.
How are you intrigued about the same fucking story?
I would just want to see what they would do with it. That's really
fine.
what it is.
But then, but okay, that's fine.
Is it going to be as good as the original? Absolutely, dude.
Okay,
I don't think there's any
that's fine.
film that
That's
can come to
fine
that caliber.
Okay, I agree. Be intrigued. I get it. You can be intrigued with fucking Alien, but I guess my point is, when you sent, hey, let's talk about Aliens this week, and I saw the trailer, and I was like, looking at the trailer, like, first of all, I saw the thing, and I wasn't even gonna watch the trailer because, like, even before you said it, because I was like, I had already saw it before you said something.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking Aliens, Romulus? Okay. In my head, when I hear Romulus, being a Star Trek head, that's a planet.
Yeah.
Planet Romulus with the Romulans. They're cousins of the Vulcans. Like, what are we doing right now? So now, is the aliens and fucking Star Trek coming together? Like, no, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, I got you.
But then also I have to think, okay, Romulus must be like a god, a Greek god or a Roman god from whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they're just playing off of that. But then you just got motherfuckers running through a fucking spaceship and getting fucking little snakes and fucking scorpion things on their face. How is this any different than any other movies?
So I agree with that.
Or any other sci-fi movie that has fucking aliens snatching people.
I think no, dude. Actually, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not. I watched.
All right,
I'm sorry. I'm not yelling at you.
No, I know.
I'm just
you're right.
upset because I've watched not Star Wars. Sci-fi is my shit. I will read a Star Wars. Matter of fact, I know I read a Star Wars, not Star Wars, a sci-fi book. I probably have a book at my house. Literally, I have a book about this thick of nothing but short story sci-fi shit. And I know for a fact that I read that exact thing that I saw in that trailer, and that's why I'm not fucking with it.
So I think that's fair because I think I could, as silly as it sounds.
No, I will watch it, but that doesn't mean I want to fuck with it.
Well, I look at movies like that, Alien especially, or and there are a couple other films, but I am, and you know me, I'm a huge fan of lore and character building. Like it's like, hey, where did Freddy Krueger come from?
So let me ask you this:
all right,
where is the lore and the character building in a movie that probably takes place after the original 2 movies?
well, that's a good question. I think that's very fair. I think it depends on the connection between the characters in the film and whatever antagonist is, in question. Just like any other movie.
I personally think it's a waste of time.
It can be.
And money.
And it probably will be.
They could have made a fucking comedy, or they could have made something better than that. I'm just sorry. I'm telling you, I just don't. I'm not feeling it.
It's okay, and I'm all right with that. But I think with things that are kind of prolonged, what I initially look for as a fan, I'm like, okay, if they're doing this, which, if you keep making shit, it's going to get bored out anyway. At least have some connection to some character in some way that just makes it flow better. The overall story. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the story. Like you could have action galore. I mean, you could watch a fucking Transformers movie with Optimus Prime. My name is Optimus Prime, and I'm from Cybertron. Or whatever it is. And you're like, oh, I like this guy. But it's really where the story comes into fit. So that's just me personally. And if that's you personally, you can check us out personally every Saturday night live here at 6:30 p.m.
RJ's drunk.
Oh, dude, I am fucking toasty.
There wasn't there one more thing?
Yeah. Well, you know what the one more thing is that we're so good at what we do. We don't need.
I don't think it's that. Yeah. Open that up real quick.
Nah, I'm gonna open that up. Let me open that up. I'm not really seeing too much of.
No, there was something. I thought I sent you something later. Oh no, I wrote some shit down.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't. Damn it. We may have already went over it, but I wrote some shit down on my it had to do with the Nickelodeon shit. I know what it was now. I was because of the Nickelodeon thing. I remember seeing all the pictures because I've been to Nickelodeon in Orlando, and I've seen like that picture that they showed.
I mean, dude, that was a big thing back in the day.
Well, there was at Springfield Mall at one point there was a casting call basically of like, come bring your kids from this time to this time and try out for Nickelodeon and shit. And I remember I begged my mom to go to this shit. We stood in line for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Just to get up to the place, and they had a camera in there and everything. And I'm waiting in my head the whole night. I'm waiting, trying to decide what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do. Because there's no script. They just like, come, blah, blah, blah.
Come be you, yeah.
And I fucking get up there and I sit there and I don't do anything because I didn't know what. I was like.
And you know what? I'm glad you didn't do anything.
Hold on. I'm not done.
All right.
I'm sitting there and I didn't do a fucking thing. And my mom, like, she goes and she fucking tells all these people, like, yeah, we sat there all day and he got up there and didn't do anything and this, that, and the other thing. And like wasting my time, this, that, and the other thing. And then after watching that fucking documentary, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I saved myself from getting fondled.
Yeah, dude, it's and if you guys
because I would have been in that shit.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying,
bro, you don't understand. This is a line of children.
I know, dude. That's what makes it so nasty.
I could have been fondled by one of these motherfuckers,
dude. That's where the whole.
And if you weren't drunk, you would have understood what I just said. But anyway,
but the most important,
your boy almost got fucking fondled because he tried out for Nickelodeon, bruh.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 226.
I just fondled myself tonight.
Oh, dear God. 226 episodes of this Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Before we go, I'm going to do a very, very slight thing. Big shout out to happy birthday.
Thank you, Londa, for hearing what I have to say. I got this fucking guy over here.
Yeah, he's got to put up with me all the
Fucking
time.
doesn't care about it. Okay, hold on. We got to read the comments before we go.
All right.
I heard something about Green Bay. Green Bay might be the next Super Bowl champions. I agree with you on that one. I've
Get him out of here.
I've never been fondled by Donald Trump, but I've been fucked by Joe Biden's government. I mean, haven't we all, brother? Haven't we all?
Yes, sir. And do you know what?
Londa appreciated my story. Londa, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I literally remember standing in line and it was from the door all the way to this little house, and they had us in this little tiny house. It was so fucking creepy. It was like one of those little doll houses, and they had a camera peeking in through the window, and they were like, "Hey, do something," and I'm like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" Like, I'm sitting here. Here's what I had in my head. This is gonna be the dumbest shit ever.
It's all right.
But this is what I had in my head that I was gonna say when I got up there the night before, and all the way up. I was gonna sit there. And this might be before all your time. I was just going to be like this. Howdy doody. And that was it. And I would have never got called. I would have never got fondled. So I was in the clear.
But as we like to say on this Mad Scientist Lab podcast, we enjoy everybody that tunes in every week live around 6:30 p.m.
Hold on.
Oh, are you still being?
No, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you were doing. I'm sorry.
I just said I was reading the comments.
Oh, damn, go now. Okay, read.
Londa said, "May I tell a story that is similar? It might blow your mind."
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you could tell it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope you're typing it already. See if he can get it out real quick. But yeah, man, no, that was some real shit, bro. It was like one of those. You remember those old plastic dog houses, like where it's like kind of thick walls? Like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the little fucking.
That's what I was in. And then they fucking had a camera pointing through the window.
Oh, dude.
It was so creepy.
Dude.
And then I'm sitting on this.
Dude, oh my god.
And then I'm sitting on this small chair in the middle, and there's like grass in there. Just remember the old school Springfield. Like which way? I guess whatever the main entrance was.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Where Bennigan's.
Oh, yeah.
But then kind of down the hallway. Kind of down the hallway a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there was that whole setup, and this was straight up for fucking Nickelodeon, dog.
Dude, it's pretty wild.
And then after that, I ended up going to Florida a few years later, and I remember seeing the whole thing that you see in the show. You see the whole front of it. I remember standing out in front of there. It was roped off because it had just opened, so it was a lot of people out there, and they let us in. This is when Clarissa Explains It All was on.
Oh, huge fan.
And Melissa Joan Hart wasn't there. I was in love with her as a kid.
I don't know anybody that wasn't.
But
myself included.
We got to sit in the stands and then look at the.
Oh, you got to do all that, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that's
I'm telling you, I got to look down at the set and see, bro. I'm telling you, all this shit right here, it's been in my head since I was a little kid. Like that drama and fucking theater. Like I know all this. Oh my god, this is a fucking.
All right, so let's see what.
Let's see.
Let's see what Londa's got to say.
I had a dream. I was standing in front of a building, which had a lot of colors. Suddenly, I was a couple men. Wait, what? I saw a couple men dressed in black. Did not see any faces. Walking with machine guns. Only thing I remember afterwards is that I ran away and then I woke up. In that same week, the terrorist attack in Paris took place. There was, why is my shit stuck? There was a theater called Bataclan that was also attacked. Google the building, please. I'm not psychic, by the way. Is that the one that just happened? We thought we were leaving, but Bataclan, hold on. Wait, what am I? Bataclan. No, this is in 2013. Okay, ish. Wait, what am I looking at? There was a theater called Bataclan. All right, hold on. Let me. So this is the theater. Let me actually type theater real quick. Oh. All right, you got to explain a little bit more. So this happened after you had the dream. Is that what you're saying? It was kind of the same color building in my dream. Wow, that's crazy.
Does this place hold any significance to you?
I think this is a thing that is in the Netherlands.
All right.
And he had the dream before. Yeah, so that's what he said. He said he had the dream before, but this happened after his dream. So he basically he dreamed it. He dreamed it.
He envisioned it.
That's kind of crazy.
That is pretty nuts.
But this is the thing, man. Like, people don't believe in like, I don't want to say reincarnation, which I kind of agree with that. I could get into that whole thing at a different time of like metaphysical and how the universe, that I feel the universe works. Because I talked about it before, like the quantum physics and like quantum entanglement and all that shit. Like, this, it's the same principle. Like, you dream this is your mind was a particle, and then this happened at another time. Like, this is the same type of shit, and this is proven by deja vu. But that, hey, let somebody else tell it. It's fucking, you're a crazy person.
Yeah. Well, the only crazy people here are our absolute most loyal fans.
All right, you don't need to do the whole spiel.
Yeah, I know. But we love you guys. We will see you guys next week.
Thank you, Epic, for the 10 gifted subs.
Thanks, big guy. But we will see you guys next week. As always, here live.
We love you.
6:30.